rode a few rides that we wanted to hit again over in Universal, and now we are going to see if we can get into here. So. This morning, before we came over to Islands of Adventure, we rode Revenge of the Mummy again. We had so much fun on it. We also rode Gringotts. Gringotts was only at a 20-minute wait when we got in there. Early park admission today was at 8 a.m. We actually thought it was at 7 again. So we got to the turnstiles and we were shocked when there was a line. We were like, what's happening? And then we realized that the park wasn't opening until 9. So early park admission wasn't until 8. Now, we had kind of just accepted this morning that we were running late and we just weren't going to get the full hour of early admission, but sometimes being wrong pays off. Still highly recommend getting here for early park admission if at all possible, because this park, there's not as much room to spread out here. Within the parks there's room, I mean, but Universal just isn't as big as Disney. Disney has 4 theme parks and water parks, and this one has just the 2 theme parks and the 1 water park. So there's not as many places for people to go. So we highly recommend getting here early. You can get on a lot of rides really fast and get them done really quick. Crowds yesterday were phenomenal, honestly. The longest we waited for anything was an hour, and that was Hagrid's, which is the newest ride here, other than Velocicoaster, which you can hear behind me. Today, there are definitely more people here. There were definitely more people here for the early park admission, but it still wasn't bad. People got in, spread out. As far as Harry Potter World is concerned, which is what we love the most, you definitely want to try and hit those in the morning and in the evening. We found that in the afternoon, it was just shoulder to shoulder. Basically, you're getting walked all over. And right now, even though we're getting back to normal times, thank goodness, it's still a little uncomfortable for some people. Some people are fine with it. We were a little uncomfortable at times. So we suggest that if you feel like you might be uncomfortable, since all of the mask mandates have been lifted here, you probably want to bring a mask just in case for situations like that, so you don't, you know, feel really bad and aren't able to enjoy what you're looking at and what you're seeing.
Okay, so this is Velocicoaster from outside Mythos down by the water. If you go to the left, there's a path that comes all the way down here, and this is what we're looking at. So those loops on the right, that's what we saw where we were sitting from our previous location. And that little bridge there, nobody's on. I would still like to figure out how to get there. There they go. Has an inversion, a few inversions in it. So this one that we're looking at, we're going to see in just a second, where they're going to make an inversion over the water. How cool and terrifying. And here it is. It's a quick one. It's okay. I think the calming music here at Mythos is helping out with the sheer terror that I'm feeling. The sheer secondhand terror, I should say, that I'm feeling.
Fine, just nice and calm. You don't look nervous. I mean, maybe a little, but a little's okay. If you weren't nervous at all, it would make for a very good picture. Good. Oh.
Okay, so we are waiting on the Beat Builders, and then we'll catch the Blues Brothers, and then we're gonna head out for the day. About 10:30, 11, both parks' wait times started skyrocketing, which is something we didn't see yesterday. I don't really know why that is. We're gonna try to see if there's something other than the fact that it was a Sunday versus a Monday, but we figured everything in peak time it would be different, but crowd levels are much higher today at both parks. We cannot suggest highly enough early mornings or late evenings if you're going to be doing especially some of those big ticket items, to make sure you get in to Universal before that. So places like the Minions and Gringotts over at Universal Studios, and then Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, the Forbidden Journey, even Kong and the Velocicoaster. Hulk, which yesterday had waits of 10, I don't think it went over 10 minutes, maybe 15 at some points in the day. It is sitting over an hour wait right now, so just a huge difference in crowd levels today. So
we've had a nice time. It's been great, but we haven't been able to do as much, obviously, just because the crowds have been so crazy. When we went over to Islands of Adventure, we were able to do Spider-Man, which was really cool. I like Spider-Man. We were able to do the Raptor encounter. We were able to take some pictures with Blue, which is something I really wanted to do, so that was cool. But
yeah, and then we thought today we could tie up some loose ends here to start, which we did, but we didn't account for such a huge increase in park numbers and just the amount of people. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot with that one, but that's okay.
Put a filter on that. Just make it look as big as possible.
All right, okay.
Add some veins.
Okay, got it.
Jake and Elwood Blues, the Sultans of Soul. It's the amazing Blues Brothers.
hope you're enjoying yourself here at Universal Orlando. And don't miss the Blues Brothers triumphant return.